Denise Foundation, and we talk about all things independent living facilities. We are the trademark owners of the independent living facility model. And guess what, guys? I get the honor and the privilege to introduce my husband tonight, Mr. Forston.
That's me.
Founder, the primary founder,
the guy that came up
of
with
Forston Consultants.
Guys, my name is Derrick Forston, and thank y'all so much for being here and being part of the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derrick Forston. They call me Mr. ILF. So we simply say it like this. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. If you love community, and you always want to help people, but kind of didn't know how to do it, and also didn't know you could involve real estate, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
If you thought you needed a license and you thought you had to own the property, that's not true. You're also in the right place.
Right place.
So thank y'all so much again. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets, but y'all chose to be here, and I super appreciate that. It looks like already 20 people are in here, and I expected that because I put out a lot of content today to bring you guys in. So we got a lot to cover today. We also got a special guest
that we didn't tell nobody about.
But we also want to know that who's new to us, because we never just want to take for granted that you guys know who we are and what we do. So just put in the chat if you're new to us, and then everybody, if you'll do me a favor, because I'm just nosy, where are you guys from in terms of where are you tuning in from, city and state? And I'm gonna give it back over to Miss Shay.
Yeah, super excited about that. Put in the chat where you are from. We want to definitely target the conversation around your location to let you know that there is a need and that you can be the one to fulfill that need. So again, Derrick, I am excited to talk about it. So how you want to start this conversation, man? We got a lot to talk about.
We can jump right into it, actually. I do want to announce that on November the 12th, guys, I'm blessing the socks right off of y'all feet.
Yeah.
We're giving a free masterclass. We literally just came off of our live event. First of all, it was in August in Columbia, South Carolina, where we featured Katara Johnson and her family. Then we came over to Jacksonville November the 1st. And because there was such a great response and we sold out and people were almost begging to still come, we're actually doing one more event of the year, and I'm going to make it easy on y'all. It's going to be a Zoom call, and it's absolutely free.
Yeah.
So it's no charge, no travel. I like that, actually.
Ooh,
no charge, no travel. So that's actually no excuse.
Yeah.
So everybody put on your calendar, and if 5 people can write this in the chat, because somebody going to ask me again, and I have no problem repeating it, but November the 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'm not sure where you guys are tuning in from, but we're in Orlando, Florida, so we're in EST. So 7 p.m. Eastern via Zoom. And literally, guys, I'm going to tell a secret. Don't tell nobody. It's really for the ILF Academy, our free Facebook group. But if you join it, because that's also free, you come.
Right.
There's over almost 9,000 people inside of that ILF Academy, with about 200 people joining a day.
Yeah.
That group's getting so big that most people don't even know Shay and I are the owners of it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of embarrassing. So on top of the event being so great and it's selling out, I wanted to pour into the ILF Academy. So if you have not joined our free Facebook group entitled The ILF Academy, make sure you join that. I splattered that link all over that thing today. My assistant Jennifer is also in here tonight. She's also going to put in the chat the link to sign up. So once again, thank y'all so much for joining us. We super appreciate it, and we're gonna jump right into it.
So first and foremost, Jermaine Mills said he was about to jump on a plane.
Jermaine will do it because Jermaine came to South Carolina.
He came to Jacksonville.
And if I said right now, tomorrow, we're going to Baltimore, Maryland, he'd be on the plane there tomorrow.
He'll be on
now, he may catch a plane to Boston by mistake and then fly over to Maryland, but he coming. And that's the inside joke. So we got 2 ways that we can do this. We got a special guest. And I'll just spill the beans right now. How many have you guys ever heard me pick on and call on Katara Johnson, that's been around us for a really long time and that's always in our YouTube room? Put a number 7 in the chat if you've always heard me jokingly always kind of pick on Katara and her story, or she's here tonight. So I want to just see how many of you all remember and know Katara, because remember, our South Carolina event featured her.
Sure
just
did.
like the Jacksonville event featured Tiffany Richardson.
Yes.
We brought Katara tonight. So we're excited about that. And for all of the ILF Mastery Blueprint members, she's probably 98%. We're almost sure that she's actually going to run the Wednesday night family talk that we have once a month as a family. If you're under my one-on-one coaching, Katara actually probably is going to be running that this month. Shay and I are going to be somewhere.
Right. Please don't.
Probably take her to a zoo. I can't say
we can't say where we're going.
Anyway,
but you'll see on our other channels.
So we're super excited about that. And then last announcement, if you are not following Shay and I on our other YouTube channel called Married to the Mission, you missing it. Because that's when you get to see Shay and I really kind of cutting up way more than we do on here. And how Shay gets to boss me around when we go to the beach and have like little things that we got to put together, and how she boss me around and fuss at me when I ain't doing it right. Y'all get to see all of that stuff.
So I want to say something before you bring up Katara, right? Because when we bring Katara up, Katara's going to be a part of our messiness. Okay. So anyway, for most of y'all that don't know, Derrick and I review the comments that come into the YouTube channel. And we normally sit down and do that together, and we'll be scrolling. So one person, literally Derrick, came into the YouTube channel on Saturday and claimed that they left because you always cut me off. So I'm gonna make this a really like a public service announcement. Derrick means absolutely no disrespect to me when he cuts me off. We have this really interesting way of this space. I'm going to be honest, as your wife, as your partner, he is headship in this space, right? And he is the founder. He brought me along into this space. So I always what's the word I always bow out and let him have the floor. So it's never no disrespect. But Mom Forston, if you let her tell it, that I'm starting to get like Derrick and I'm starting to cut him off a lot. So as you see, the people that you hang around the longest and the most, you tend to become like them.
Never done that until I started doing it to her. And you guys will catch that several times tonight. I'm just loud. I'm excited.
And I'll just stop.
And I do cut Shay off a lot, because what's also funny, what a lot of y'all don't know, Shay won't do this by herself.
I won't.
Like how I'll come on here and talk to y'all for 5 hours by myself with nobody, and I'll put Mr. Black up here, and y'all have met him. Shay can't do that. She has to do this with me to bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Because if I left Shay right now, she'd be like,
I'll be like, Katara, tag your it.
No, unless it's about Digital Flow Solutions, which is the software system that runs this whole business.
And it's great.
She's really comfortable at that, but she's still like,
I'm a little, I like to I'm not the type of child. As a child, my mom said all the time that I could play by myself and talk to myself. But as an adult, it really feels weird trying to navigate this space, talking one-sidedly, right? It's very uncomfortable.
Kathy says she does it all the time to Ronald. So Kathy and I got the theme where we cut our spouses off, and it's just, I don't know, like, I just do that.
I'm gonna even tell Kathy this: you and Ronald be prepared, because you may get a link coming up very soon too to join us in the studio.
Oh no, not May. They
will get a link.
Getting the link. Ronald and Kathy will absolutely be a feature on this show
from
California. So watch me do the thing really quickly, because again, I just got so many new people here. I want to give a brief intro of who we are and what we do, and then I want to bring on our special guest. So one more time, type in the chat "new" if you're new to us, because that just kind of gets me excited, and I love to see new people. So I want to thank all of the people that are just always here, like Old Furniture. Thank y'all. But if you're new to us, like prime example, Miss I saw a name.
I see somebody from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Katrina's also new. Yeah. Quanisha's also new.
Welcome.
And how did you all find us? I love new people. Who else is new to us? Miss Rachel. I don't think I've ever seen that name.
Sims is
Pretty
new.
Brown J. I'm excited now.
2320.
See, y'all, I was gonna do this in 2 minutes, but when I get this many new people, I won't want to take 50 minutes. Now, for my new people, this story that I'm getting ready to tell, I usually take 2 hours to tell this story, because I got a loud mouth and I just always love it. And people have to know where it come from. But I've been getting real good. And plus, we got a lot of content to cover. I'm going to cut this down probably in like 4 minutes. So to make this really fast, watch this. And I also love to talk with slides. So I'm a visual person. Watch this, y'all. I used to be the actual social worker that I now teach you all to go and find. So my name is Derrick Forston, and all I am is a regular guy that one day decided that I was tired of being poor. I wanted to help people, and I always wanted to be involved in real estate. So most of you guys are just like me. Miss Glenda, me and you are no different. You probably love God, you love people, and you love real estate. Now, if I'm wrong about that, These Sims, you tell me, but I guarantee you, Katrina, Cornisha, all of us are just alike. Your family and I are just alike. You guys love God, y'all love people, and you love real estate. Here go me as your new big brother. So if you didn't know, I'm your new big brother, and that's your sister Shay. This is me as that social worker begging God to change my life, just like most of y'all. I'm on all of these boards, all of these committees. I make decisions. And not to be funny, y'all, me and my other team, my manager, my other social workers, we ran my hospital. Because in the business of what we do, the social worker is the go-to person. Everything falls on us. Nobody got a chance to speak to my doctor. So right before I get into my story, we'd like to talk about this thing that's called from idea to implementation. Because one more time, most of y'all done thought of this. You prayed for it. In fact, put praying hand emojis in the chat if you've been praying to learn something just like this. But people either been hiding it, they gatekeeping it, or they don't even know what they doing. So Shay and I was smart enough, especially her, led by the Holy Spirit, because we're God-led people. Shay said, babe, you should trademark that thing that you talking about. Because I thought of the ILF, Independent Living Facility. Because I knew I didn't want a program where I needed a license, a $30,000 sprinkler system, and I didn't want to have to get permission from nobody to do this. Because I saw a lady, lucky for me, making $41,000 a month, y'all. And Miss Katrina, she was housing people in rats and roaches. And because I knew y'all wasn't going to believe me, I took pictures of it. So all this is saying right here is how we trademarked it. Here go me as your big brother one more time at my desk saying, God, how can I get away from making 28 grand a year? And replace that making that monthly? And God messed around. I'm going to use the word messed around. God messed around and showed me a lady, y'all, that was housing people in conditions like this. Now, Miss Glenda and people like Katrina, y'all let me know if y'all can see these slides, because I'm not real techie. Pretty Brown J, let me know if y'all can see this, because I'm not super techie. Can you see that burnt up kitchen? Can you see the beds on the ground? This is the same lady that was making 41 grand a month. And as I got 2 more minutes to finish this story, because it used to take me 2 hours, that lady said, Derrick, I'll never teach you how to do this, bro. You keep being the social worker and you keep sending me these people.
Keep saying it.
Does somebody feel sorry for me a little bit just from that one statement? Now, don't, but back then you should have. I'm making 28 grand a year. She took out her phone one day, y'all, and went boop, 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 boop. She said, Derrick, look at what I make doing this. Katrina, she scrolled month for month for month. And Pretty Brown J, there was no month that went lower than $41,000. Now, what you don't know is many months later, I decided to take a leap of faith. And I said, man, I'm going to go see what these places look like, because nobody wanted to teach it to me. So I took a Saturday and I just went to place to place to place, because if you remember, I'm the social worker. So I knew what all of these places was. Can y'all see this stuff? This is heartbreaking to me that you can make 41 grand a month and mistreat people in these conditions. And the one that just kind of broke the straw to everything was I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor, y'all, paying $800 a month. And the part that broke my heart the most, y'all, she wasn't even mad about it. She was just glad to have somewhere to stay.
And her humble demeanor is what really, I think, threw you off. Because when we had the conversation about it after you had left and come home from walking through this place, that's the part that really broke you. The fact that you had taken this young lady, case managed her, discharge planned her, and never had the like. And what people don't realize is that you didn't have the ability to go to these places while you were on the clock, right? This wasn't something that he was aware of, so he wasn't just sending people to the conditions, with knowledge of these conditions. The young lady that he talks about was very well kept, dressed well, looked well. So you would have never thought that the aesthetic of the housing programs that she was sending people to were in this type of condition. So it's crazy. And just the other day I told Derrick, and I mentioned it at our live class, that be careful of what you promote in this space, right? Make sure that it is consistent across the board at all times. I literally, and I'm going to say this without calling names or, bashing anybody, but I literally, the same story that you hear Derrick talk about somebody sleeping on the kitchen floor, someone posted just the other day. And the thing was that the post was so quick that when I saw it, it immediately geared my eyes to it.
That thing.
I paused and searched backwards. Now, this is somebody that is out here educating people on the shared housing model with a bed in the kitchen.
Some of y'all say y'all went to that person, a female, before you found us. Some of y'all literally told me like Derrick, I went to so-and-so, but when I was like, So, and like Shay said, not to knock anybody, but we are knocking that. We're not putting beds in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen.
Because now what you're doing too, sense? Yes, because now what you're also doing, Derrick, is you're moving outside of HUD guidelines, federal regulations. So if somebody was to call any type of entity on this particular housing provider and see a bed in the kitchen, that's trouble knocking on your door, right? So when we talk about this, we're talking about aesthetics. We're talking about the understanding of your federal laws and regulations so that you are operating within that scope and not doing anything that is inappropriate, right? The last thing we want for you to do is to take somebody from homeless to hopeful and then end up putting them back out in a situation of homelessness again. So be mindful of that, right? So I say all this to say that Derrick didn't have he didn't know where he was sending these individuals, right? This was a case of your best ability is your availability. This young lady was available every time the case management team or discharge planning team contacted for a discharge plan. So now as we entered into this space, it looks different now, right? Organizations are used to the Forston Consultants model. They now have the expectation of being able to walk through our independent living facilities, being able to go and provide services to their clients in our properties, because we make sure that it is a safe space for both the resident and the case manager, social worker. So back to you, Derrick. And I know you're still telling your story, but I just jumped in front of you.
It's actually about over because I'm getting ready to bring up Katara to show you guys how most of you guys are like us, man. You want to get into this. You love helping people. You want to get into real estate. You just didn't know that you could merge it together. Katara's going to tell you guys like how she was like y'all one day sitting in the audience saying, wow, that sounds interesting. And now she's the preferred vendor in her city. Right. So
can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
So let me show you something. When you are trained correctly, you will have an eye to see exactly what I saw. Because of all people that saw this, it was Kathy.
Yeah. And she lives in California.
You get what I'm saying? So Kathy saw exactly what I saw. And I'm sure Kathy did exactly what I did and stopped and scrolled backwards because we know the model that we support. We know the model that we've built and that we're doing all over the country and doing it with purpose, with integrity, and really making sure that we are not manipulating the system, right? So again, I just wanted to say that I'm done.
Absolutely.
I'm off that train.
So, and I think Katrina said it in the chat. She said, not cinder blocks. Now, Katrina, you're new to me, but what you don't know, I say this all the time. If you don't got your glasses on today, those are cinder blocks holding this bed
Yeah,
up.
she said it. Yes.
The devil is a liar. Whether you was making the 41 grand or not, how can you sleep at night knowing that you got people beds on the ground in cinder blocks?
There's no support.
We teach people that you don't have to go to Ashley's furniture store or rooms to go to plush this place out.
Yeah.
But guys, we also not going to put the beds on the floor, and we're not putting cinder blocks to hold them up. I keep telling you guys, we got the video of the guy that was sleeping on this bed that talked about his back hurting. Military veteran. Served his country, and you put him on cinder blocks. But see, I'm going to move on because I got a special guest tonight. But because I knew you guys weren't going to believe me, Miss Glenda, Miss Katrina, y'all new to me. You ain't got no reason to believe me, and that's why I took pictures of it. So today, this is what we make it look like. We take a regular single family home. I don't care if it's a 2-1, 3-1, 4-2, 1-1, 8-5.
Right.
The size don't really matter to us. And neither are we so caught up on what the outside look like. We do these in mobile homes. Doesn't matter, long as the inside looks like this. And nothing in this picture is brand new except the sheets, the pillow, the comforter, and that fitted sheet. That towel and washcloth, brand new. Everything else in this picture is gently used. The headboard, Facebook Marketplace, $15 a piece. Those mattresses, gently used. Those rails, which now, this is an older picture when we did box spring and mattress. We don't even do box spring now. We get those platform beds. But can 10 of y'all agree that this looks better than somebody being in an environment like this? Yeah. Talk about you want to leave your job to do God's will. Like this? And what's so crazy, y'all? Don't get it twisted. I house some guys that are absolute pigs, meaning that they're not really got home training like you do, and they're not going to always keep it clean for it to look like this all the time. But ain't no rats, ain't no roaches, and the beds ain't on the ground. Neither are they on cinder blocks.
Yeah. Yep.
And to a certain extent, we're going to keep it to a certain level, especially that living room area. Now, I got a little leaning on my guys over the years, but your bedroom ain't going to look like that. In the front living room part, which what everybody see, we're going to at least have that clean for everybody.
Absolutely.
Because case managers may come by, the social worker may want to drop by, a third-party person that wants to come and render service, because, yes, we allow that. Mm-hmm. Rogers family, you already asking that. Yes. If I got a guy that got into a bike accident on I-95 and he need wound care for 6 weeks, I'll allow that third-party company to come in and render that service. Absolutely. Why not? That doesn't not make him independent, Shay.
Absolutely. You are absolutely correct.
So as I move on from that, because I could spend hours on that, this isn't rocket science to know that we shouldn't house people like that. And today, this is what it looks like. This is that private room accommodation, and this is that shared room, private here, and then private suite.
Correct.
Shay is going to explain to you guys after we bring up Katara, what are all the different models of this housing. But one more time before I bring Katara up, Shay, you can actually bring her up right now.
Absolutely.
If you just joined us, you really hadn't missed that much. All I'm talking about right now is how we rent or we lease. Ding, 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 ding. You thought you had to buy the place. So did I, as that poor social worker.
Yeah.
When that girl told me, Derrick, I don't own these places, I said, you don't? She said, Derrick, I don't own these places and I ain't got no license. Really? And that's when I found out that the model that we do when you're housing people that are completely independent, which means they can cook their own bologna sandwich, they can take their own medications without you having to pretend to be a nurse,
right?
And they can provide their own transportation via Uber, Lyft, their boyfriend, their uncle, their dad, or they turn the insurance card over on the back and call the insurance company. Take them anywhere they want to go. So one more time, we house independent adults in a shared living environment. No license is required, and I don't have to own the property.
Right.
And the reason why there's no license, one more time, because it's not like an ILF where I'm providing services. We provide a roof over their head. That's it. I'm going to let the case manager case manage. I'm going to let the psychiatrist take care of that mental health. And I'm going to let Uber or his bicycle be his transportation.
Yeah.
10 of y'all put in the chat, bro, that makes sense, Derrick. Because how many of y'all have also been trying to get into this but thought you needed a license, thought you had to have a fire extinguisher system? Not a fire extinguisher, because I'm going to get that, but a $30,000 alarm system? No, you don't. So put in the chat, Derrick, this makes sense, bro. Now, if you lost, let me know that too, because I'm good at teaching. I'm the best at it. But let's bring up Katara Johnson right now.
She's here. She's
because of
here.
What, in terms of what you guys just heard, this is somebody that was just like y'all a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. Didn't know what this was, but had a heart for people and wanted to get into real estate. Katara, welcome, sis. And right before you speak, I want to tell my TikTok people to come over to YouTube. There's a lot of you all here. I'm putting in the chat right now where you guys need to come. When you come from TikTok, tell me you came from TikTok, because I want to know it.
And y'all see my head down is because I'm actually moderating in one of the TikTok live. And
y'all come on over to YouTube.
They are so engaged over here. It's not even funny.
Let's do it.
Join us.
Katara Johnson, let's do a mic check to make sure that we can hear you and so can everybody else. And Kathy, as soon as Katara speaks, let us know if you can hear her. Hey, Katara, how's it going?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Well, we can hear you loud and clear.
Kathy, what about you?
Let us know, guys, if you can hear Katara.
Well, Anisha, what about you? Katrina, can you guys hear
Everybody's
Katara?
Talking about, hey, Katara.
Hey, everybody.
Yep. So they do hear you, Katara.
So, Katara, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, who you are, where you located, and what's the name of your program. And then I got 1,000 questions.
Yep. And I also put the questions in the notes.
Check.
Okay, I'm Laura Johnson. I am in Columbia, South Carolina, and the name of my they call me agency today, so I feel special. But the name
All
of my
right.
311.
Go ahead, Katara.
So we're 311 Living Solutions in Columbia, South Carolina. Um, we have currently 3 ILFs in Columbia, and we're just looking to grow.
3 ILFs in Colombia. Okay, great. So tell the people, because I got a funny story, but tell the people, how long ago did you meet us and how did you run into us?
So it's been probably about 6 years now. It's been before COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, it's time is flying. So
6 years. Wow.
I'm one of those frugal people. So I held on to I think it was like an iPhone 6.
Yeah.
Just said it's time for an upgrade. So in December of 2019 is when they gifted me a new phone. So I downloaded Clubhouse. That was one of the apps I downloaded. Um, and I saw the room Don't Wait to Be Great. After I kind of had to mark some of my interests and some of my background information. I'm a social worker. So when I, started hitting my interest in helping the homeless and just helping people in general, Don't Wait to Be Great kept coming up. Um, my family had always told me that with my social work background, I should look into doing something for the community, doing something for myself. Um, so I just kept coming to the room, kept coming to the room. Um, my background is, am I going too far?
No,
No, keep
perfect.
going.
We're
So with
all know want to hear this.
my social work background, I worked for special needs and disability, different agencies within the state licensing group homes. So when I always saw that headline and it Don't Wait to Be Great room, you don't need a license, I'm like, I need to look more into this because I think I need a license. But the more I kept coming, the more I kept, it kept sticking with me, and I kept realizing, like, these people are independent. So a lot started just making sense to me, but I still, because I'm such a perfectionist, I still didn't jump off the porch.
Mm-hmm.
So my family kept saying, well, what do we need to do to get you to jump off the porch? So they started sending me to master classes. I started investing in coaching, started just going to everything, basically purchasing ebooks. And finally, everything just kept coming together. It kept coming to me without me going to it. So opportunity
Wow.
for properties, networking with social workers, connecting with people who I've worked with in previous jobs. And they had new positions at other agencies. And I said, well, it just makes sense now.
Hmm.
So I got started.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So I would ask this. I would ask, so what has been some of the highlights of being in this space? People hear Derrick and I talk about it all the time, so it's great to have another voice that echoes the sentiments of the benefits for not only you, but the residents, but yourself and your family as well. So go on both sides of that. How does this benefit your residents first and foremost, and then talk about how it benefits you and your family?
So with my family, we had the opportunity to work together on something where we all had a common goal. My
That's good.
nurse, so she had that, healthcare background. My husband works in healthcare. My mom and I worked with, caring for people, social work. She did kind of both because she worked in a nursing home, but she worked as a dietary manager. So we all had that background. And then growing up, my mom, she always just took people in, family, friends in the community that needed assistance. Even to this day, she doesn't work, but she feeds people. She
Wow.
when so it was kind of just something that stuck with us, and we felt like doing it on a wider scope where we saw the need and we see the growing need of affordable housing. Um, we just felt like we would put ourselves out there and see how we could help. and we actually connected with some agencies that we see a need that we didn't see, as far as we got guys with substance abuse histories, um, just something coming from a small town, from a small town to Columbia. We didn't see that back home.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
on a wider scope, it's a huge need for just various, as we've been coached, we've been learning different demographics. And we actually see that now, even like you say, the average working person. We have some of those. We got an over the road truck driver. So we kind of broaden our horizons to cater to anybody who needs us, and they're coming in.
Right. Let's hover there for a quick second, because I think the misconception that a lot of people have when it comes to the independent living facility model, or just the shared housing model as a whole, is that it has to be the person with a mental or behavioral health diagnosis. People don't realize the significance of, or just the struggle, the economic struggle that a lot of people face on a day-to-day regular basis. And you just stated that you're housing now the individual, the working individual, the working class individual that, outside of COVID, on the other side of COVID, we saw a whole bunch of things take place. We saw rents skyrocket like never before seen. We saw people that were becoming displaced because of, when they went to renew their leases, they were being told by the organizations or the companies that they were being housed by that rent was being increased by like $300-400 in some instances. Tell me about, like, how would you say some of those individuals or those population types find your housing, right? Because this is different from going into a case manager or a social worker's office. This is a completely different population. So how would you say you're meeting some of those individuals?
Basically, just I had to take a page out of Derrick's book. I dropped my flyers everywhere. Drop my flyers everywhere. You see, I'm branded today. I stay branded.
Walking billboard.
I even have a shirt that says I rent rooms. The lady asked me, she stopped me on Friday. She said, "Is that a true statement?" And I forgot what shirt I had on. So I'm looking at her like, "What?" She said, "Your shirt. It says I rent rooms." And I said, "I do." So she said, "Do you have your information?" I said, "Give me a minute." So I went to my car. I always keep something in my car. Um, in places that I didn't plan to stop, sometimes I'll just pass by if I'm just riding. And I said, "Well, that
Mhm.
makes a good place to stop and drop off some flyers."
Yeah.
And
I,
I call and they let Gab know, "Well, I just found your flyer."
and
And
I'll give a right here real quick. I'll give a cheat sheet, a cheat code to anybody that's listening. Right, I'm gonna drop a dime, a gem right now for you. One of the things I tell people all the time is, because there's been some new stipulations in certain areas, in most areas, when it comes to your extended stay hotels. They're now only allowed to let people stay there for 29 days. They have to now check out for 24 hours and then check back in. So what better way than to go and connect with the extended stay hotels, motels in your area, and ask them if you can promote on their billboards, or their information boards, because it also assists them in that turnover. So that is again, you did the work, Katara. You went out there and you just started giving out information and placing your cards everywhere. And now, like you said, it's not just the case manager, social worker that's calling you, it's the individual that is actually looking for housing. So I mean, that's
And
awesome.
also, guys, the cool part about it is that, just also remember, Qatar didn't know what this was, y'all. And she told y'all the first step she took was she took the coaching.
Yeah.
Qatar came to our master class first. She came to another event after that. And then she got the one-on-one coaching.
Correct.
So it's hard to move forward, or it's hard to skip the line when you don't have the proper coaching. So let that also sink in. Yes, some of you all may be able to do this by yourself, but you're going to skip all the mistakes. Guys, remember, I went through all the lawsuits, the Channel 8 News, all of that, so you don't have to. Remember, one of the books that I give y'all under the coaching is called How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco. That $40,000 lawsuit I went through, Katara dare not go through that, because she knows what not to do. Right? So I just love the fact that she's telling you guys that she took a page out of my book with those flyers. I'm real big on website, social media, and all of that stuff too. But flyers, guys, here's the gem on that. Flyers is a numbers game. If you got 500 flyers,
That's good.
you mean to tell me we can't find 6 people out of 500 flyers that need a place to live?
Mm-hmm.
So we do what we call guerrilla marketing. I'll go to the mall, Walmart, Publix, wherever, and every windshield in the parking lot is getting my flyer.
Yeah.
You just never know who needs a place to live. What if it's not the guy's windshield you put it on, but his brother needs it?
Yeah.
So when I go in Walmart, I put it by the cheese, by the eggs, by the frozen popsicles, by the steaks, by the t-shirts, by the balloons, by the cupcakes.
I'll tell you one
See
place
where I'm going?
and one
So
place that
much-
you definitely want to put
What's it?
your flyers if you're going to do that is by the non-perishables, right? Because a lot of times people are looking for Vienna sausages, they're looking for the tuna cans, they're looking for those things like that they can take and just easily consume without needing any any additionals to add into it. So that's another thing when you're doing your guerrilla marketing, do it with an idea, like have an end result, understand the population that you're connecting with, and make sure that your guerrilla marketing is conducive to those individuals, right? Don't go to Lehman Marcus and start
that won't make sense.
Neiman Marcus and putting flyers in coat jacket pockets, right? So just
Mom
make
and
sure that
pop
you
store,
make
the dollar store,
make it
the
make
Dollar
sense.
General, the Dollar Tree. Notice she's also wearing a branded shirt.
Correct.
So guys, a lot of times when you go places and start running your mouth about this, they're going to start stereotyping you from second one.
Yes.
So my advice is give them something to stereotype you about. So don't wear your favorite red shirt that day, your favorite blouse that day.
Yeah.
Wear a polo that's got your branding and your name on it in terms of what you do. So that way, when you start talking, you look like the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh, yeah.
Sis, back on you.
So I got another question for Katara. What do you see?
I got several, but I don't see where you put my questions.
Oh, they're right here. Look. In that other menu.
Okay.
They're all right there. See, Katara, I got them fancy in the studio.
And
he don't know how to work.
if you guys got questions for Katara, put them in the chat. Because I'll actually honor your question before I even honor my own. So I got about 7 questions, and I'm gonna pick one right here. Katara, people love to talk about the setup process and the journey. Can you walk us through how did you find your first property with getting the coaching from us? Like, how did you find your first property? Where did you go? How did you find it? How did you get the keys? When did you move in? And all of that good stuff.
Okay, so in May of 2023, Gab was just researching different events.
And who is Gab?
Gab is our administrative assistant.
Okay, good stuff. Which is a virtual assistant from the Philippines, which we give y'all with the coaching package. So Katara bought our coaching package, which comes with the system to run it all, but also your own assistant. Correct. So Shay and I own a virtual assistant staffing agency from the Philippines. So when you buy our coaching, we give you your own virtual assistant.
Sure do.
That person runs Katara's whole business, and I'm gonna let her finish it. So
go for it.
That's who Gab is, and that's who she's calling Gab.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I assumed everybody knew.
Just us.
But she's awesome. So she was looking up local events, and it happened so that a lady that I knew from mobile home investing, that's something that I dabbled in prior to coming into ILFs. She was doing a real estate event that July. So once Gab brought that up, I said, I did forget about that. She did tell me about that. So I said, let's see what it takes to sign up. So when we signed up, she said, well, they're asking us to be a vendor because they didn't have, anybody that provides actual housing, because we had already started promoting it. Like we were already, doing it, but we didn't have it. So when we went there, well, I was nervous about it at first. So I called Derrick and Shay and Otis. And they were like, this is perfect. Like, you need to do this. You need to do that. They went as far as telling me what flyers to put, what pictures to print out, where to put stuff on the tables. So Gab created everything. I think Gab got with Jess, and they kind of created some things. And we went and set everything up. And we got a lot of attention. They kept, coming to us because they hadn't seen a housing provider. They just knew it was a real estate networking event. So, we were telling them that we're looking forward to partnering with real estate agents. Real estate investors. and rent is guaranteed. We have our own maintenance team. We're backed by local law enforcement. You know, all those good things that we were coached on. And, you know, some people kept saying, well, give me a call. I may have a property. Give me a call. I may have a property. So a lady who fixed and flips about 12 houses a year, she had this property, and we walked the property. And I think, did I have you on live, Derrick, or did I just send you the video after we did that first walkthrough?
I think you called me, but you sent the whole video afterwards. I do remember that.
So the house it wasn't in that good of a shape at first. So
yeah, I remember that.
Let's just get in there and, you know, ask her every so often, can you come and help with something so you can see the progress? So we did that. And as we were doing it, she kept saying, well, let me know what you need, because, and she kept giving me her history and background. She was looking to help the community. She had a elderly veteran that helped raise her. So she said, if you allow me just to put this sign in front of the house, we can create, you know, your vision with this house. So they put walls in, took walls out. They put a whole nother bathroom in there. Just did a whole lot of things to accommodate us. And then from then we started putting words out that, you know, we were looking for donations. So family and friends got together, gave us donations. Those same friends that I told you are old co-workers from other agencies. We told them about, set up a open house. And this was from July to October. We got the keys in September. October, we got our first resident. And then we kept getting them back to back after that. We kept getting referrals. We did have some naysayers at first and telling us that the city won't allow this, the city won't allow that. Well, the city started dropping people off at our door.
Stop right there. Put a number 7 in the chat if you've also heard that your city won't allow you to do this. Put a number 7 in the chat, and I'm gonna have her repeat what she said.
Right.
Because also there's language that goes into this stuff too, y'all. Shay, for my new people, can you tell them what language is?
It's a locator. Right. It's a locator. So prime example, if you are using the wrong language with the wrong people, you are going to be directed and you're going to be pointed in a direction that goes completely opposite to what you are trying to do. The one thing that I love about Katara's story is that she had a history with the licensed housing or group home model, right? So some of the language was already there, but she was already still, and sis, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you were still programmed in the licensed housing model. So the reframing of the language was necessary. And then you said the city did what? What does the city do for you? Let them hear it in the back.
Drop people off at my door. I'm sending you an email that I got today from the city. Like,
please send it, because I am going to read it.
We can put it on the screen. That'd be cool too.
I can upload it.
But guys, especially my people that are new to us, I tell you guys all the time, when I first started this, my city told me the same thing. I'm in Orlando, Florida. And every time I tried to explain to people what it was, nobody knew what it was, right? But the same city that told me I couldn't do it, they beg for it now. And that's why I tell you guys, like, not because I'm so great, but it's because of this housing program that we have that's changing lives in our community. You can't help but to be the best thing since sliced bread. So when Katara told me that, that wasn't foreign to me. I told her that that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about the coaching, I told Katara a lot of things would happen to her before she even knew what it meant. I said, Katara, you're going to become so good at this that you're going to be called what we call the preferred vendor in your city.
Yep.
She said, well, Derrick, what is that? How many of you right now know what that means, to be the preferred vendor in your city? And watch this. I talked about this on last Saturday. That doesn't mean you're going to fill out some form the way they say, well, you now are a preferred vendor for our hospital. Ain't no form.
Right.
It's when that you do such a great job at this. Prime example, guys, in my city, the lady that was doing this with rats and roaches, it wasn't hard to outbeat her. That wasn't hard competition to jump over. And let me give you a secret. everybody in your city that's trying to do this doing it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So when you jump in it in Jesus' name, you're going to do it the right way, especially if you get the right coaching. Second of all, if you got a good heart anyway, we don't got to teach you the right way. We just got to teach you the structure. Some people just got a bad heart to begin with. So we tell people, again, if you don't got patience, you naturally are not a people's person, don't even get into this. I can show you another lane of real estate that don't require your heart to be in it.
You're 100% correct.
Makes sense?
You are.
Guys, we do real estate in a bunch of ways. I just specialize in the shared housing, co-housing, and the independent living facility model. We trademarked it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear these other people teaching it, they just copying off of us. And most of them getting letters in the mail from my lawyer, especially if they're doing it the wrong way. Guys, we trademarked it. The same way I can't go start a hamburger company tomorrow and name it Burger King.
Or McDonald's.
I can't start a clothing brand tomorrow and name it JCPenney. Neither can you call yourself teaching independent living facility, doing it the wrong way, putting beds in the kitchen and gonna use the name that we work so hard to put up here.
Brand and
come on, guys, cut it out.
Yeah.
So one more time, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me something else to where you can love God, do God's will, help people, be respected by your community, but also make enough money to feed your family.
Let me read. So
That's
Katara did. I want to read to you all, and it says it's got the city of Columbia branded at the very bottom.
On, man,
I wish that y'all could see this, but my phone, I got this privacy screen on, but it literally says, hello, Miss Johnson, or anyone who can assist. I received your contact information in hope of partnering with the, okay, you did edit some stuff, partnering with you to provide shelter for unhoused individuals in the Midlands. This is from the city, like the city letterhead is on this, Derrick. And this is phenomenal, because a lot of times people think that it's a misconception. Oh, the city's going to shut you down. No, when you are doing this right, the right way, you don't realize that your city, your community doesn't know what it needs until you provide it to them. If you are a means to an end, hear what I'm saying? If you become a means to an end, the support that surrounds you is going to take place. Like, they will surround you and support you. But when you are doing things the wrong way, when you are not advocating for the people that you service, and that you are not, doing it right. Like, let's just call it what it is. If you aren't doing it right, then you can forget about this whole thing. Katara, how did that make you feel? Like, this isn't new to you. But how does it make you feel when a lot of these individuals were naysayers in the beginning? People kind of wanted to redirect you from the independent living facility model. And now that you're getting these calls, like, how does that make you all feel?
It makes it become more real in my head, because we're solving a problem for the city. So why would the city be against it if we're doing it the right way? So,
as y'all will say, that part, I think the young people say it that way.
I think this is the new thing now, right?
Oh, that's the new one now.
Do this one now.
Kathy, is that the new one, Kathy? I'm sure men probably shouldn't be doing that. So let me take mine down. But
no,
I love this. Go ahead, sis. Sorry.
So yeah, it makes me feel good. And then the fact that some of the naysayers in the beginning, now they're coming to me like, how do I do this? And because I know they're needed, because I know they have access to properties, because these are some of the same people in the beginning. I said, well, can you help me? Because I know you have a property. Let's work together where it could benefit us, it could benefit you, it could benefit the community. And they kept saying the city this and the city that. And now they're coming to me like, yeah, you can use my property, but I'm not ready for another property right now.
Wow.
See, they should have jumped on this is that thing of not moving at the speed of instruction, right? Katara had an opportunity for someone to get into. And this is what doubt will make you do. Doubt will make you miss out on opportunities to advance the kingdom first and foremost, and to also take your family and what what God has already given you to the next level. And that's exactly what happened in this. Like, Katara literally stepped in and advocated for something that she had knowledge and training in through Forston Consultants, and she was able to speak to it. Her language was a locator.
Mm-hmm.
She had the appropriate conversations with individuals, but nobody wanted to trust the process. That one person, guys, and we always talk about it, it's going to be that one homeowner landlord that you meet, and they are going to have the keys to the city. And by that, I'm not talking about the actual keys to the city, but I'm talking about keys to houses that you did not build, to land that you did not toil in. And they are going to allow you to take this dream and this vision that God has placed in your heart to do, and to take people from homeless to hopeful, and using their asset. Okay, so I'm excited about that. Derrick, there is a question in the chat. Okay, perfect.
So Miss T says, Katara, I'm sure this is for you, and then Shay and I kind of come back behind you. What's your best advice for a new ILF owner? And Miss T, as she's answering that, can you put in the chat where you located, city and state? Katara?
I would say for a new ILF owner, speaking from experience, I would say do it afraid. There's proof of concept when you have coaches that have already ran the race and you know it can be done. You just have to do it. Just, follow the coaching, follow the steps, follow the recipe. And just later on you can twerk it or tweak it a little bit, but just follow, so you can't go astray. There's going to be some doubt and some unbelievable moments at first, because when I first got my first resident, I'm like, he really called this his home, and I provided this for him.
Wow.
So, after that, and, we kept getting the other residents in, and it just, after maybe my third resident, I'm like, this is a piece of cake. And I knew I was able to, if I had doubt about something or something, I felt like something was wrong, I pick up the phone and I'll call Derrick and Shay. And I'm going to say this for new and old ILF owners. I'll call Derrick and Shay today.
Yeah.
After, 2.5 years, I called them today. So just having that access, being able to have that cheat code in your back pocket at all times.
And
definitely brings comfort. So that's for
Shay, you want to follow up?
Yeah, I want to answer this question as well, because unlike Katara, unlike Derrick, I had no full knowledge of this space. I worked in actual, medical healthcare in several different areas and aspects, leadership, management, stuff like that. OR, like, so, I can stitch you up with the rest, right, with the best. But when it came into entering this space, for me as a new ILF owner, this was like 5 years ago. The advice I would give somebody is support, right? You're going to need that support. I would have never in a million years done this had it not been for Derrick, right? This was something that I didn't realize that I did as a younger, I saw my mom do it. I saw other people housing individuals and needed help and stuff like that, but I never expected to go into this space. But going into this space, and I'm not just saying this because this is my husband, I'm saying this because as a living, breathing human being, there are times where you're going to get discouraged in business. There are times where you just need to be motivated. There are times where you are going to meet some resistance in this field, especially for me. When I first joined Derrick, what a lot of people don't know is, Derrick was solo dolo out in these streets. Derrick loves to dress, guys. I'm going to be very honest. Derrick goes anywhere cleaner than the State Board of Health. The population that he deals with and interacts with on a daily basis as case managers and social workers are 90% female. So when I entered into this space alongside him, I was met with resistance. Okay. I had to learn some things that I could not wear because we were doing well. I had to learn how to, not take my business hat off, but kind of be a little bit more reserved in my delivery. There was a different approach that I had to take. And had I not, right. And had I not had his support, I would have went in like the the healthcare manager that, you know, ran departments, and I would have had that strong business acumen, but at the same time it would have came off as offensive, even though it wasn't abrasive. Right? Certain people don't realize people going to count your money before you get it. Okay, just know that. Because a lot of times these case managers, social workers, they see what you're doing. They're the ones doing the referrals.
Yeah.
They are counting the heads
and
in
they're
your
making
beds.
28, 30 grand a year. So when you start picking up $900 checks, I'll give the raunchier version of it. If you a woman doing this, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
I teach you guys to be overly nice.
We'll go deep in that on the 12th.
Overly nice. And make sure that you present a certain way. Now, if you a gentleman like me, all my guys, put a number 9 in the chat.
Easy.
If you a guy right now, put a number 9 in the chat. And I'm being serious. This is not me joking. Especially if you are African American male, brown skin. There's more of us that are actually needed in this.
Correct.
You guys are not going to have a hard time at all, actually. Men don't struggle at this.
That is 100%.
Shay just told you 90% of these people that do this job that you got to go and kind of suck up to and bring your coffee and donuts to, they're women.
Yes.
So you as a woman, remember, as soon as you walk in the door, they jealous of you already. Trust me, y'all. I do a great job of coaching y'all on this. So that ain't the day you wear your red bottoms.
Leave the never full at home or in the car. Like, don't take the Louis Vuitton never full. Like, don't take none of that stuff.
Y'all gotta be careful.
Right?
And I
Scale
coach
back.
my women, my ladies, not being funny. I coach y'all a little bit different than the guys in terms of presentation.
Correct.
Because quite naturally, guys, I just hate to say it, a lot of people are gonna be jealous of y'all.
Women are catty and jealous.
Even me as the guy. When my job found out I was leaving, people got jealous of me, and I hadn't made a dime yet. With my struggling self making 28 grand a year. So my ladies, y'all got to be really careful because they're already jealous of you as you're walking in the door, and you come in with an attitude that morning, your phone never rings for referrals.
Yeah, and
trust me on this.
And Derrick, fix that. So yeah, it's those are the little nuances that you wouldn't even think of when you enter into a space as an entrepreneur, right? That you have to be so cautious. You think that people are going to be out to congratulate you and celebrate you, but when they're jealous, they're
because they want to do it, guys.
Right? They're counting your funds.
There were tons of people at my job when they found out I was leaving to do this. They said, "Oh man, I want to do it." Well, with my big mouth, I told all of y'all. Like I didn't hide this. Whereas I teach y'all, don't run your mouth at your job about this. Especially if it's going to be some kind of conflict of interest. You work in a hospital. If you a social worker or a case manager, put a number 3 in the chat right now. I bet you out of 55 of y'all in here, I bet you there's 5 of y'all that are either in social work, you're in case management, or you're in some kind of social services. Put a number 3 in the chat and tell me if I'm wrong about that. We going back over to Katara, but can y'all see these pictures that I've been kind of showing here lately? This is what Katara would refer to as her shared living environment. Katara, can you tell these people, how do you decide whether you do a shared like that, or do you do that 1 bed per room, sis? Like, how do you do? Share with the people, what is your setup and how did you decide that through the coaching?
Well, I really decided depending on the size of the room. We have one ILF where we have all private rooms because of the size. And then we have to kind of compare it to overhead costs and make sure it makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's the main part, is making sure it makes sense, making sure you're able to charge that rate that's fair to the resident, but it's still making sense for you in the end.
So let me coach right there. So no need of you coming to me talking about, well, Derrick, I want to do all private rooms. I don't want 2 per room, Derrick. What if your rent $2,600 and you only charge $650 a bed? How you gonna do that?
It's not gonna work.
One of my first steps of coaching, the math gotta math.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys running a homeless shelter. I want you guys to be paid for the great work that you're doing in your community. So we got to price it the right way. And for most of y'all, unless you own the property, you're going to probably have to do 2 people per room for the numbers to make sense.
And Derrick, not only that, but most people, the budget that they have is consistent with the 2 people per room. Katara, tell me this, in the private room, the house with the private rooms, what is the background of those individuals? Like, are they working individuals? Are they, are SSI,
TikTok's agreeing with
SSDI?
everything I'm saying over here about that. Guys, if you don't believe me, go to TikTok. Everybody's agreeing with that thing that I'm saying, because a lot of you guys are social workers. And then last call for TikTok, y'all come over to YouTube. So
Yeah.
I'm putting it in the chat right now. I'm going back to Shay and Katara, but I'm putting in the chat. Y'all come over to YouTube, my TikTok
Yeah.
page.
And also what I was saying is, tell me about that. What are the population types in that particular property?
They are all working individuals in that particular property.
See, and that's powerful.
That's to your last point.
Right. That's what makes it make sense, right? So when you're doing this, you have to make sure that you are doing it in a manner in which that it makes sense. What you don't want to do is outprice the resident and then also outprice yourself, and then you're running in the red, right? We're running a business. This is still ministry, but it is a business as well. So you have to be smart with that. I wanted to get to this. Someone asked, Liz 1027 said, very interested in signing up for the November 12th, but it
She
comes
might have
up.
clicked on one of mine that I didn't kind of put all the copy and paste there.
So Liz, do me a favor and text the word more info to 407-326-0086. And you'll see 2 links on that reply.
And that number's on the screen right now.
Correct. And the reply is going to be a form that you're going to fill out, and that's going to give you access. You're going to get a thank you message, and it's going to tell you that
everybody do that right now. If you're interested in the November 12th ILF Masterclass, that's absolutely free. Complimentary, which should be about $397. You guys come for free. So it's November the 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern, via Zoom. So don't even have to get dressed. Text the phrase, just these 2 words. That's it. Don't text nothing else but more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. You'll get an immediate text. The first one is going to be the webinar, which gives the overall of what all of this is we're talking about. And the second one is you signing up for the masterclass on the 12th. So I'm giving you guys 2 things in one. So text the phrase more info to that phone number.
I see y'all doing it.
Katrina just did it.
Yeah.
See how fast I can see that through our system? And y'all, we give y'all this same system.
All right, Quenisha.
So under our coaching, we give y'all a virtual assistant. We give you this CRM.
All right,
we
Jen.
give you the $8,000 worth of paperwork that goes with it. So after you guys hear everything that you hear tonight, we got 3 ways to get into our, well, actually 4 ways to get into our coaching. The first way is 7 days a week. We're here at 7 p.m. live. 7 days a week. You can't beat us no way, y'all. We're here at 7 p.m. every night except Saturday. Saturday is the only day where we go at 10 a.m. Eastern in the morning. But tomorrow and every day after that, guys, it is 7 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. Because if you can tell, we give this game away, y'all.
And can I tell y'all,
the 12th, boy, we going to blow the socks off of y'all feet.
And for anybody that hears, if you guys can hear that dinging in the background, that's our CRM
system. Can they hear that or no?
I'm not sure. Katara, can you hear it?
Can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Because it's all I hear is, boy, it is dinging. Y'all are blowing up.
A lot of people are new with us, so I'll say it again. And it's actually streaming below that lower third, I think they call it.
Correct.
So right below the screen, under where it says Forston Consultants model, see how it's scrolling across the bottom? Just text those 2 words, more info, to that phone number. Bam. Instantly, you can get that text and sign up for it.
So we got more questions for Katara. Do you want to take a quick commercial break?
Let's do that.
So Katara, I'm actually going to take a commercial break really quickly, and we're going to let y'all see the intro video for the November 12th event. So we'll be right back. Let's take a quick commercial break.
Many people are joining our brand new, well, not brand new, it's new to them, but so many people are joining our ILF Academy, which is our free Facebook group. There's probably over 8,500 people in it, and about 200 people a day join that group. I'm really doing it for them, but I'm giving y'all the cheat code. Go join the ILF Academy. It's free, but also we're putting the link in the chat all night for you guys to sign up there. And also, if you just text those 2 words to that phone number, you also get it. So let's jump right back into it.
And so Yes. So the question on the stage now, if I knock off at 7:30, can I still come in? Absolutely. Um, you will have the link to join at any time. Only those that sign up will get the link. And Katara, we're actually doing something new this time. We're not doing Zoom. We're actually going to be right here in the StreamYard studio. So we're going to be here in the StreamYard studio using this platform. You will get a link, a live web link. The content for you to ask questions will still be there. We'll be able to display your questions up on the screen, as well as you all being able to see the communications in the chat as well. So we look forward to seeing you guys on November the 12th. And let's get back
and
to
also, guys, what's really cool, I hadn't talked about it much because we usually kind of front end the front of this month with Shade stuff. But my birthday is actually on the 16th.
Yeah, mine was last week.
So I'm actually going to be doing something really crazy, stupid, crazy in a good way for a lot of people. And I'll probably mention it on that night of the 12th, just as a kind of me, just again, giving back for the end of year. So again, guys, do not miss this. And I already know 55 of y'all will say, Derrick, you having another one? It happens all the time. But guys, I'm telling you, don't miss this event. It's a free masterclass. I usually charge for these. Guys, it's free. And I'm already telling Shay, because I know so many people going to come a little later. I'm glad that the one lady did say it. We're probably going to close the door at 7:45-ish. Shay just probably saved you, ma'am, because I think I told her at 7:15, close the doors. Like the guy said, lock the door. Anyway,
don't do that.
At 7:45, I want them to lock the doors to that Zoom. I don't want anybody else to come in because we're going to already be together. We're going to be halfway through it.
Stop saying
Well,
Zoom.
not even half. What's the video called?
It's a
y'all
webinar.
Don't care what
live,
I'm going to just be on video. Most of y'all just know Zoom, so I keep saying that. But please, guys, don't miss this class, and also share it with somebody that you know loves God, loves people, loves real estate, and want to mix it all together. Okay?
So let's go back to questions. So Katara, when you first started learning about the ILF, when you first started learning with us, with Forston Consultants, what would you say were some of your aha moments? Like things that you didn't even, like you were just like, dang it. Like, aha. Like what would you say some of those moments were?
I would say the first thing was just knowing that individuals that are independent can actually be housed without having a license. It totally made sense. Like we're not providing any services for them, just providing affordable housing because of I didn't realize there were so many barriers to entry with people not being able to get housing. So just about all the different demographics. Like I said, I knew about the person, holding a sign on the side of the street. I never knew so many people in, the work world needed assistance with, affordable housing. So that was another aha moment. And then some of the programs as far as I knew about, people getting SSI and SSDI. I really didn't know that they could actually pay us for housing because we weren't like a state agency or anything like that. So it was a lot of aha moments, but it made sense after I got better explanation of it. And, I experienced some of the things that, you all have experienced. And like I said, I just went with it and it worked out and it made sense.
So can I ask a question to people in the audience then? Because I just want to know who was like Katara, but that also thought that you couldn't house people from hospitals because you wasn't a program per se, or like what you thought you had to be or had to have a license. How many of y'all thought like Katara? Because I know I did, and I was the dadgum social worker.
Yeah.
So as Shay gives up her next question, I just want to see in the chat, how many people were just like Katara and didn't know this was possible until you kind of got in it?
So
Peter's Foundation say I didn't know that.
Not a question. Well, it is a question. So let's talk, because I want to hover for a second, because you talked about other organizations and programs that were paying and you thought you had to be like a licensed provider to get those funds. How was that interaction for you when you somebody wrote you a check, right, to house their resident? Like, how did, like, talk to us through that process? Like, what was that process? You don't have to mention the organization, but let us know, like, how did you get connected to that program, and what were the steps? Like, what were their requirements for you to receive those funds?
So of course they didn't require a license, but they had to make sure that we actually had permission to house people because we rented the property. So they
Hmm.
need something from the landlord saying that we're able to provide housing or do like a corporate lease with them. So they didn't want to put people in situations where the owner didn't know what we were doing and we may, have to be evicted or something like that. Um, they wanted to know, they took pride in knowing that we had documents in place and we had structure in place and we had um, some of those things that we allowed them to even come in and still, because I guess because they did provide that funding, they
Right.
were attached to them, so they had to come in and check on them every so often to make sure things were going okay. And we welcome that. They said a lot of people didn't let case managers and social workers come in. I'm like,
Mm,
come on, like we're all in this together.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that I always talk about a lot, even when we're doing our live events and stuff like that, is making sure that you have we talked about it even earlier in this setting, that um you're not just providing housing, you're also providing a safe work environment for a
Mhm.
case manager or a social worker. So it's twofold. And I think people misunderstand that, or they don't realize the importance of that, right? You can't house a population of individuals that need attention or need care by case management and social workers, and not allow them to provide the services within your housing program. That to me just goes to show that goes not yours, but it goes to show the heart of the person, right? They're not making themselves a part of the treatment team. We are not standalone, although we just provide housing. We are a part of that person's treatment plan. And if we don't position ourselves as such, and we omit the opportunity for that individual to receive the necessary services that they need, we're doing the person that we're housing more of a disservice, and we're not allowing them to become the better self that's on the inside of them, that they, to be able to navigate life and be able to re-enter into society. So I love the fact that you talked about that one piece. So it wasn't difficult to get um connected with these organizations. You stay the permissions, making sure you had the right permission. So this is another thing that we teach and train individuals when they get into this space. If you are going to rent, you want to be transparent.
yeah.
You have to be transparent, because it affords you more opportunities in the end, right? You get more opportunities to connect with a larger scale of organizations, and also let them pay you for the residents that you're going to house. So that's a huge talking point that we talk about all the
Absolutely.
time. We've had people come to us and like, well, I rented a house, the landlord doesn't know what I'm doing. Pump the brakes, like pump the
Really?
brakes, because
Uh-uh.
now we don't know what your lease looks like. We don't know what you done signed on. We don't know how much liability you just added on top of the already heavy liability that this space brings you. So it's pretty interesting when somebody comes to us with
Yeah.
that, and we're like, wait, you've got to be transparent, because what we don't want is a grand opening and a grand closing in the same couple of days, right? So love that, Katara. I'm gonna ask another question. You ready?
So
Or are
my
you going
next
for it? Yeah.
question would be, Qatar, because we do talk a lot about the good. Sometimes we talk about the bad and the ugly. I want to talk about a little bit of the ugly, right? I want to give
Uh-oh.
somebody an insight of, Katara, tell us a time where you said, oh my goodness, what in the world I done got myself into? Like, was there ever a knucklehead or a situation that was like, wow, I didn't know I was gonna face this.
Right.
Now
Mhm.
Derrick said it, but this is it. Tell me about something like that, maybe.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said Derek said it, because that kind of leveled me to where I wasn't. I guess I expected the unexpected, because I'm like, it's gonna happen. I just didn't know when.
When
Um, so recently, I would say our most recent situation is, and nice gentleman. Some of you even met him. Um, he had a situation that he should have communicated earlier. We
Mhm.
know we got people coming in from different walks of life. So, like you said, they'll bring bugs in or rodents or whatever. So we had a bed bug situation. It's a good thing that I been proactive, and I just asked so many questions because I'm like a neat freak. So in the beginning, I asked, what would I do if this happened? Even though you talk about it a whole lot anyways. So we had some, some chemicals that you had told us to order that, through coaching. And we kind of secluded so the bugs wouldn't spread. And, the exterminator even said, whoever told you to do that, that was the right thing to do. So we didn't, it wasn't as expensive. But I wouldn't say he was a knucklehead, but he was one of those, every now and then you'll get somebody that kind of always tells you what they think you want to hear,
Yeah.
and themselves on to where they look like the model resident, but then behind the scenes,
Yeah.
they do little things, and it may not be um, something that they intend to do, but I feel like he was trying to put the blame on somebody else that he shared the room with.
Okay.
So, to try to make it seem like, I'm the good person and he's not.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me do some
Oh,
let
go
me
ahead.
do some coaching right there, and I'm gonna let her jump
Absolutely.
back
Yeah.
in because I'm real big on this too. And I'm really careful about how I explain this because what I'm gonna say is this, and Katara said it, it's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
All of y'all, when you get in it, and I'm actually shocked that this is her first time getting it. One more time, tell the people how long have you been in this now?
It'll be 3 years in March.
Exactly. Most of y'all gonna get this in y'all first year.
Might be the first couple of months.
And watch this. When I talk about rats and roaches and the filth and the bed bugs, guys, I'm telling that one story about that lady, but believe it or not, all of us that's going to happen to all of us. Katara just said it. We're serving people from different walks of life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to move in Mr. Bruce. Bruce been living in the woods for 8 weeks. And what you didn't know when you moved Bruce in, that overnight, the little bitty mouse crawled in his book bag and nobody knew about it.
Yep.
Nobody also didn't know that the mouse was pregnant. So that when Bruce moved in, the mouse had babies, go all over the house. Now watch this. That don't make you a bad person.
It doesn't.
You ain't nasty. You ain't grimy. Because listen to what Katara also said. She was proactive because we always treat the house anyway. But as soon as we found out, we jumped right on it. I saw a lady making 41 grand that said, Derrick, they either sleep in these roaches or they can go outside and sleep on the street.
Yeah.
The devil is a liar. So one more time, guys, roaches gonna happen to all of us. Bed bugs, 85% of y'all gonna get them too. And again, not because you nasty and you ain't doing the right stuff. It's the Mr. Thomas that you moved in.
And Derrick,
you didn't know it.
So let me add this too,
So
right?
part of that protocol sometime too, before they move in, we washing all their stuff. They come through the laundry room.
Yeah, but let me also add this, right? And this is another gem that I'm going to drop, right? We can conduct all of the protocol, right? We can do everything that we are trained to do upon move in. But what happens if Mr. Thomas goes and hangs out at a friend's house or has an overnight visit?
Yeah.
Fran has bed bugs. Mr. Thomas comes straight home and goes and lays in his bed.
Yeah.
So I know, and that's why I specified
I
that.
We ain't got him.
Right.
Where they coming from? He going to hang out every day somewhere where they at.
Right. And those are the things that people don't realize. So what I would even say moving forward is what we've now, not what we've now done, but Katara, even now that you're in this instance, I keep hitting myself. Now that you've actually come, you're on the other side of this, is like for us, we do monthly treatments, right? We just go and be proactive. I would take a day and I ask all of my residents, I use DFS, I use our system and software, and I send out a mass message that says on such and such a date, we'll be coming in, our team will be coming in to inspect and also to spray. And they are aware that all linen must be laundered and left off of the beds. So that way, when we come in, because the product that we use is a natural based product. So guess what? We can put it directly on the mattress all over their stuff and it doesn't harm them, as it is a clean product. So that's another thing that you can implement. It's a little bit more work on, you, the housing provider, but when you use DFS, you can schedule that message to go out. And Digital Flow Solutions, for those of you that are new to us, is our system that runs everything. our business phone lines, all of our communications, our leases, and our move-in documents, our handbooks, our release of liability documents, all of the stuff that we need to run this business, our payments, all in one place. Our virtual assistants use it to do all of our marketing, our email campaigns, everything, social media planning, all of that stuff. So that's Digital Flow Solutions. So when you hear me talk about that, that is the way the program communicates with our residents, right? Especially when it's time for a work order or some type of service that's going to be rendered. It's not Derrick or myself that's reaching out. We're actually having our team, our virtual assistants, schedule that message to every individual in the house. They send it in one click and it goes to all residents. So that way you can actually schedule that, Katara, to where every month on a specific day of the month, that is going to be your set day to go and conduct that service, right? Or that maintenance.
Proactive, not reactive.
That maintenance
so that's
at
what
the
we
house.
believe into.
And that way you don't even have to remember to do it. Just put it on your calendar as a calendar event and then have DFS consistently send it out every month to remind them of that, of what you're going to be doing. So I just wanted to give an educational moment to all of the people that are listening and how we maneuver during these situations, because these can be considered, these are crisis, right?
Absolutely,
because you've got individuals in distress. They don't know if you're going, I'm sure 90% of them, between 75 to 90% of them have been housed in similar situations where the landlords have done nothing about it. So that's one of the reasons why this individual probably never said anything to you, because they've been in other situations or other housing programs that didn't do anything about it. Like the lady that Derrick talks about all the time, right? Deal with it. But because we're different, we have to be a little bit more proactive, because a lot of times the population that we do serve are not very comfortable with coming to the housing provider and saying, hey, this is a problem, because they're used to always living in that type of environment with that exact type of problem. So they don't realize that you're going to make a change. You're going to do something different. So that's a key piece of advice that I would give somebody in regards to maintenance, right? Pest control, how to mitigate the bed bug issue, when because it's gonna happen. It's like Derrick said, it's just when.
Yeah, it's just when.
Okay.
So guys, really quickly, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. I want to show you guys why we're needed.
One Atlanta city councilman says the city's homeless population seems to have grown and become more aggressive, and he points to what he calls deplorable behavior at the world's busiest airport. Fox 5's Anjali Proctor takes a closer look at the problem and how the city council might handle it.
If you have been in downtown Atlanta near the connector or out at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport lately, you have likely seen that the homeless problem is growing. One Atlanta City Council person says it's time to address it.
What's going on in the airport is horrible. It is deplorable.
Atlanta City Councilman Michael Julian Bond says the world's busiest airport is dealing with a homeless problem that has gotten out of hand. Bond says business owners and travelers alike are being subjected to unimaginable circumstances.
How do you break into a bank, defecate, urinate, spend the night, and no...
Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the show. But just in case you was wondering, how in the world do we rent these properties or lease them? And what does the conversation sound like that we're telling the homeowner to convince them to rent their house to us? That's one of the biggest things in this business, and I want to give it to you. So text the word PURPOSE, PURPOSE, to the phone number 407-326-0086. And we're going to give you the exact guide to what we say, how do we dress, how do we find them, everything you need to know in terms of to get your first property. We put it in the ebook. And again, it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. Text the word PURPOSE to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Hey, what's going on, family? Please make sure that you watch our webinar, which is the first step to getting started. So just text the phrase more info, MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't type it in the chat. Don't put it below. Text it to that phone number. That way you'll get that free webinar, but also it leads to a discovery call with me and my team to see how we can get you started. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me anything else to where you can make such an impact in your community, serve God, but also make a bunch of money doing it. We don't hide that. We want to make a lot of money doing what this is so that we can extend our hand in the community and continue to be the answer to affordable housing. Text more info to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's get back to the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
We are back. Y'all
we
heard the
are
guy.
back.
Text the word purpose or more info to get those ebooks. It'll change your life. Shay?
So listen, so I do have another question for Katara, because I want to talk about how prepared from dealing with us and Forston Consultants, what would you say, how prepared did you feel when entering into this space? Like with all of the tools, with all of the support that you're given from from Forston Consultants, the CRM system, the business phone, all of those things, including the virtual assistant. How did that help you to enter this space and feel successful? How beneficial was that to you?
I would say it's extremely beneficial. It kind of linked everything together that we need and put systems in place. You got to have systems. Got to be consistent. And then when, outside agencies looking in, they're like, well, you're not a major business, but I can see that, you have it all together. We had a meeting today with an agency with their ACT team at one of the hospitals. And he said, do you have rules? So I pulled up the rules, and then I showed him a solution. I showed him our program handbook. So he said, nobody ever did this. Like, a lot of the things that we were showing them and that we told them we had in place.
Can I coach right there real quick? Because there's somebody in the chat literally just made a comment about kind of what you're saying. TW2326, in other words, said, wow, look at all of these nuggets and jewels being dropped. Crazy compared to anything else that I listen to. Now, ma'am or sir, I want you to hear this. See how powerful that is, that when somebody asks you for something, you're able to produce it?
Yeah.
Qatar didn't have to make this up or go use Chat GPT. We give her all the paperwork. It kills me in this new group I keep saying new group, but our group. And trust me, I love Chat GPT. But guys, we give y'all the paperwork that I paid a lawyer $8,000 for. So if you new to me, you don't know this. I went through a lawsuit and the Channel 8 News. I can show you the footage.
Plural.
Dummy me doing this the wrong way, not like the lady with the rats and roaches. Don't get that twisted. But guys, I went through a $40,000 lawsuit. That was the first one. Shay told you it was more than that.
Yeah.
So when that guy told me, Derrick, if you want to do this the right way and you want me to build the paperwork, this was before Chat GPT, because now what we do, we'll go to Chat GPT and take that to the lawyer, and then it's cheaper. That's
a lot
deal.
Cheaper. So
if you go to them from scratch, that joker charged me $8,000, and I can show you the receipt. He charged me $90 just to respond to the email. Y'all, I give y'all that same paperwork. Oh, I'm such a nice guy. So can you understand what she's saying? The social worker said, well, do you got rules? In fact, we do. And not verbal. They're written. We give y'all the handbook. And watch this, y'all. On page number 6, because I got it memorized, is our rules 1 through 10. Now, watch this. The whole book, it got rules in it.
Yeah.
But rules 1 through 10 are what to get you kicked out of my place if you don't follow that. Because we got to run a structured place. So, Tyrone, if you don't abide by these 10, you can't live here, sir. And we'll find somewhere else for you to go. I just think that was good to point out how Katara wouldn't have had this stuff otherwise had she not got it through the coaching. So one more time and I'm done.
And then I'm going to tell on
more
your brother,
than your
Katara.
coach. We got a system. Most people y'all been following that's mimicking me and Shay, they just talking it. And some of them actually got into it and doing it. Good for them. But we give you guys a system. The CRM system where Shay is getting ready to talk about runs your whole business, whether you there or not. So you go to Jamaica and kick your feet up, your business can still run by itself without you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Shay, how
So I'm going to tell on Derrick, y'all. For everybody that's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of you all on all platforms, right? And even, like, I'm going to tell on y'all. So when I first left corporate America, I said to Derrick, You need a website. I don't need no
The
website.
website.
They know me.
Everybody know me.
I got a business card.
Yo, that
I
was the
said,
dumbest thing I could have ever thought in my mind.
Qatar, that's your brother.
Because watch this, and Beck O'Shea, my new quote every morning I wake up, Derrick, nobody don't know you, bro. But how can we change that today?
Yeah.
One more time, y'all need to wake up every morning saying, don't nobody know me. How can I change that today? Back on your shade.
No, didn't want a website. So I had to force him into a website. Forced him into a website. But then as we grew and developed, you know, as times are changing as well, we want to make sure that we have everything implemented. Katara, you said it so perfectly well. 90%, and I stick with 90 because I know for a fact that a lot of people that enter into this space are not set up, right? We're not set up for where we are. We're set up for where we're going. So I always implore anybody that we are consulting or under our umbrella of education, that we're not looking at ourselves as just a housing provider. You are an entrepreneur. You have a lucrative business and a lucrative business model. What I am not going to allow you to do is self-sabotage by saying, well, this is just my little small business. So what we decided to do was get together a group of developers, build out digital flow solutions, provide you with a system, a platform. And like Katara said, it didn't come from Shay. Katara said the person that she spoke to said, like, what is this? Like, how, like, what the what? Right?
You're gonna slip, Shay.
No, I said, what the what? I wasn't
Okay.
gonna slip. No, I know how to keep it, you know. Keep it business. But no, it's amazing that what people don't realize and what people won't invest in their businesses, right? And that's why we decided to get and give you a platform that will supersede what you even are used to. It includes things like a conversation AI agent, which is, let's say you're busy, right? Most of you all have been texting the more infos and the purpose and all of those different prompts. Those are called automations. That is running through a system. Nobody on our team is at work right now, okay? Derrick and I are the only two up working right here on this live session. What time is it? Now, Jen's knocking off in about 2. Jen might have just knocked off. But other than that, you know, nobody's running behind all of those hundreds of messages that came in to respond. Those are called automations. We set it up one time. We come on here and we say, text the word more info. And you guys get put into that automation. And that is a system that we provide you all
Can you
with.
imagine text the word bed to get our bed census and to fill out our form to see our availability for our housing? So you guys just kind of change out what we're saying and add in your housing program stuff.
So like right now, I can tell you right now, since we've been live, we have 305 messages that have gone through our CRM.
Wow.
And that just shows, see, I'm showing you right now, 305 messages that have gone through our CRM that we've not answered, but you all have received answers. I want you all to do me one thing before as we shut down and let Katara ask Katara a last question. But I want you all that are under the sound of my voice on TikTok, on here on all of the platforms that we're streaming, I want you to ask a question that you just want an answer to, but I want you to text that question to 407-326-0086. Don't put it in the chat. I want you to text the question to that phone number pertaining to the independent living facility model. I want you to text your question to that AI agent. That is our conversation AI that has been completely trained and educated with all things Forston Consultants, all things independent living facilities, and it will guide you in the direction of our training, our information. So go ahead and test that out. You don't have to do it today. You can just do it. But just know whenever you ask a question that is not a member of our team, that is communicating with you, that is, well, it is a member of our team, but it's our AI member of our team. But that is a system that we give to you to run your business, right? It is not just, it's not a website. It is a system, right? It is a system that runs businesses, large scale industry businesses, corporations utilize this platform, and we give you that as well with our coaching. So Katara, before we go to our last commercial break, because this live session tonight is brought to you by Digital Flow Solutions, is sponsored by Digital Flow Solutions, and it's not just for any it's not just for the ILF model, it's for any business that is looking to take their business to the next level in automations and actually running it without having to be the hands and feet on the tech end of the spectrum to run their business. But before we close out, Katara, explain to the people, because you talked about it briefly, about how this platform, how this software has made things easier for you in regards to just being organized, to organization and just your whole running your business. Talk about that briefly.
Well, for one, I don't have to run up and down the road collecting payments.
That's number one.
We're linked to Stripe through DFS, so our residents can pay their monthly rent on Stripe. We can also send them soft reminders. We can send them all text messages.
What would you consider a soft reminder?
That's good.
We just and we're about to start doing a newsletter and just include it within that, but we just let them know like I think for last month or for this month's rent, we just said, happy Halloween. The ones that do celebrate. We're coming in the fall, and reminded them about, we just sent like some reminders and included that within it. Remind them that the weather's changing.
That's good. I like that.
So good.
Not to keep adjusting the thermostat. That keeps the bills low and keeps the rent where it is. And speaking of rent, we didn't say it in those words, but it kind of led into just a reminder because the first was on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we told them, by Monday, that there was a reminder that by Monday that their rent payment was due for that month, and everybody had sent it in either over the weekend or by that Monday.
So it's just been able to. So prime example, one of the things I wanted you to talk about, like all of their documentation. How much better is it that you don't have to have DocuSign and all of these other platforms, MailChimp for email campaigns for social workers and case managers, like all of those, like how beneficial and how easy has it been for you to transition from those platforms to utilizing the one platform to run everything?
It took some time to get used to because I was so used to going to all these different places, doing all these different things. And like the push of a button. It really we learned everything together, but my entire team learned everything together. But Gab pretty much just, like I told her, I actually did something for myself today and I was proud. I sent my first email to all of the residents because it's going to be freezing tonight in Columbia, South Carolina. So everybody emailed telling them to make sure the faucets are dripping and the cabinets are open to allow that heat to the pipes to get out. So I did that on DFS and I sent one email to everybody that went to everybody.
I love that.
So you didn't break the system, as Shay like to say that. You guys can't break this system. So you didn't break it, Katara.
And I'm not techie, and it was pretty simple to do. So
good stuff.
I love it.
Can I ask Katara like a rapid fire, like 3 questions?
Yeah, go for it.
Katara, I want to make this quick because I don't want the people to think like that you got to think of these answers. So let's be fast on this. And you don't even know what I'm going to ask you.
Oh, Lord.
But somebody's already thinking this. Katara, do you feed your clients? Are you cooking for these people?
I don't.
Do you drive your clients around and provide transportation?
I do not.
Do you give out medications pretending to be a nurse?
No, I don't.
Now, I heard your sister, who's your business partner, is a nurse. Can you talk about what role does your sister play because she is a nurse, if at all?
So she plays a part in the screening process. So one of our questions during our interview is we asked, do they have any medical or mental health diagnoses? And another question we asked is any prescription medications they take. So with those 2 questions, she kind of screen and make sure to see if they will be a good fit, or if they will need any additional like third-party services if we do decide to provide housing for them, or if there's somebody we think would benefit from a higher level of service.
Okay.
If it's that we're already housing, then we kind of, if they have to go to the hospital for something, then we require them to show her the discharge summary so we can know what we need to do moving forward, or
Smart.
if even able to handle that
Love
moving forward. So through that process, we were able to transition some of our guys out to assisted living or to VA medical foster homes. So
Okay.
she she don't hand out meds, she don't do any
So
on-site
even though she's a nurse, she's still ain't handing out those meds, right?
Can I tell you, she's a
Good.
consultant.
Perfect.
She's literally standing in the role of consultant.
Yep.
Right. She's helping to navigate the ship. And that's what I love about this family. They all work together and they all play their
Everybody's
part. Like
got a
everybody
role.
has a role.
So here go two more questions. Qatar, because somebody's thinking it, so I'm going to ask it. How often do you go to your houses now? Because you said you got 3 ILFs. How often do you go to these places, and how far are they away from where you live at?
I go to one a little more than I go to the others. And then now I kind of just go to them because I'm not working. So I kind of just stop in, and just between doing that and now I'm kind of free to do what I want to do. I go.
So hold it for a minute now, because you said you ain't working. So somebody thinking that you done lost your job or something.
Maybe.
Qatar, when you met us, how many jobs did you have?
I would say I had 3 jobs and I had 2 businesses. So might as well
Can
say,
you name the 3 jobs just so that people don't know that you just jiving? How many jobs you had and what were they?
so I was a family resource specialist. So I would go in the community with and provide families different resources to keep the family together, like family reunification, and to make sure the kids don't get placed elsewhere outside of the home. So, and that was statewide. So that had me traveling a lot. And then I was a teen outreach specialist where I would go into the schools and teach the kids about domestic violence prevention.
Okay.
And then I did I worked in I guess you would consider it a group home, but it was kind of like it was in the autism academy. So
Okay.
but the kids stayed there overnight. They went to school, they stayed on that one campus.
So you've been around this, like this population, this thing. Now, how many jobs do you have now?
0.
She is a businesswoman.
Put in the chat. Put in the chat a number 5 if you wish to be like Katara to walk off your job. Now, watch this. As you're putting the 5, some of you guys got great jobs and you don't want to go. Yeah. My brother used to believe in keeping your job and doing this. Not me. Yep. So I always taught from, I'm ready to get out of here. My brother always taught from keep your job and double up. But if you got a great job and it don't bother you, you come in when you want to, you leave when you want to, let's keep your job. But put a number 5 in the chat if you were like me and Katara. DCM said me. Kimberly said me. Like, who else? Candace, are you also like that? Mary, are you like that? Nika, are you like that? Put a number 5 in the chat if you like Katrina and say she already been ready to go.
No, she says I am.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, 5 already. And I'm retired already. Perfect. Somebody said furloughed. And see, that was my message earlier. Now, watch this. We laugh and we joke and we play all the time here. But if I can be serious for 2 seconds, if you're a state worker, you on that furlough thing, this whole government shutdown, you need to consider what's happening right now. Is this a sign from God? Is it just natural and just regular that the government shut down for so long, for the first time this long? Is that a sign for you to move at the speed of revelation? Ask yourself that. Because I always say, especially here lately, your job isn't guaranteed, but the need for housing is. So we want you guys to get into this and don't procrastinate. Because watch this. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to act on. And for most of y'all, it's to get into real estate and help people. You just didn't know that you could merge them together. So Katara, back on you, because I got probably, Shay's got something.
No, Nike
And then
Long
we
said,
gonna probably ask Katara for just a word of encouragement, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna let her split.
yeah, and then
Yep.
we'll be shutting down too. So Nike Long said, been ready to go at the age of 19. She said she's been ready to leave her job since the day she started working. In other
Ooh,
words,
I heard that.
so
Messing
yeah.
up my need to make face-to-face connections. That's what Candy said.
Ooh.
Candy said, nah, no, my job don't bother me, but I would like to leave, because listen to what she's, and Candace, you feeling what I was also feeling. If I stayed in that job from 9 to 5, how can I make all of these connections, which what you said is face-to-face? Shay gonna talk about how we make connections through DFS, meaning the CRM system that we give y'all. We don't build websites, we automate your business. And it's called Digital Flow Solutions. So I'm gonna read the chat and I'm gonna let Shay take over.
Yeah. So talking about building relationships, DFS is the primary source that you will get access to under our coaching to help you build those relationships, connect with case managers, maintain that communication, run your ILFs, automate your payments, automate the interactions, right? And even have, like, for those of you, a huge number of you all, a huge percentage of you all are still working. You're putting in the chat how much you're ready to leave that job. Can you imagine having an AI phone agent that answers every call, does a soft assessment for your business, and then you can follow up on the back end? A lot of people don't realize that most people, you've got a 7-minute window. And as technology keeps advancing, that window is going to get smaller to turn a lead into a customer or a client. And by that, I mean, you have a 7-minute window to interact with that person that needs housing. If they don't communicate with you or someone on your team or that AI phone assistant where they feel like their needs are getting met or in the process of being met, same thing with case managers and social workers. They're going to move on to the next person in line. Yeah. So that's why we offer you, with this Digital Flow Solutions platform, the AI phone agent that can answer all of your phone calls, give answers to the questions that the caller or the case manager or the resident, the potential resident, may need. So what I'm going to do, Derrick, at this moment is I'm going to queue up a live call with Dobbs, our AI phone agent for Digital Flow Solutions. So you all can see what it's like and what it sounds like to interact with an AI phone agent.
And right before she hits it, she said it, but I gotta repeat it. Most of y'all got jobs, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But how can you do this thing and answer your phone while you at your 9 to 5 job trying to feed your family?
Right.
This system that we give y'all takes over and answers your call, asks the questions that need to be answered, and pushes it back to your phone for review.
Correct.
It's called an AI agent. Give it up, Shay.
All right, let's go. Let's check out Dobbs.
Hello, this is Dobbs, Digital Flow Solutions AI assistant. Don't worry, I'm not one of those boring voicemails. Talk to me like you would a friend. I'm listening and ready to help.
Can you tell me a little bit about the AI with Digital Flow Solutions?
Absolutely. With Digital Flow Solutions, you get me, Dobbs, your AI sidekick. I'm here to chat with leads, answer questions, schedule appointments, and handle follow-ups around the clock. Basically, I help turn curious clicks into booked calls without breaking a sweat. Want to see how I can be customized for your business?
Absolutely.
Great. Let's set you up with a free business assessment to see how our AI can work for you. What's your name and best email so I can book a time that works for you?
Tam.
Awesome, Tam. Could you also share your best email address so I can get you all set up?
test@test.com.
I'm sending you a link right now. You're all set, Tam. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Looking forward to showing you what we can do. Anything else I can help with?
Listen, you are absolutely amazing, and I want to say thank you.
Aw, shucks. You're making me blush. Thank you for the kind words, Tam. I'm here whenever you need me. Anything else on your mind?
No, that's it. You have a great and prosperous day.
Thanks, Tam. You have a fantastic and prosperous day, too.
AI is something else today.
You gotta love the inflections. Thanks, Tam. Like,
Thanks, Tam.
And this is what I love.
An AI agent that can run your business while you at work trying to feed your family. And no matter what you do, so I don't care if you own a pizza parlor, I don't care if you sell chocolate chip cookies, you run a daycare, you're a chiropractor, whatever you do,
Digital
this CRM system can automate your business no matter the industry. Now, I'll admit, 98% of y'all that find us, you want to get into this and you want to
Yeah.
get into real estate and helping people. But Shay serves a lot of people that own restaurants, ice cream parlors, like her friend that own, well, her friend who's now our massage therapist.
Yeah.
Shay builds all of that. So Shay's got a great friend, guys, gives great massages, and we've turned her into a business now. Right. And we so lucky. She comes to our house now. We don't go to the building.
Katara, your friend's so bougie.
Shay got bougie
No.
and bought our own massage bed.
You tell
said,
me,
hey, we ain't going to the store no more. We just gonna have her come here.
Katara, you know that is all
I
here.
love convenience.
Katara, tell that you know for a fact that does not sound like Shay.
Anyway, how many of y'all thought that was cool before Shay go on this pick trail about that automated AI agent?
Talk to us
Put
about
a thumbs
Dobbs.
up if you thought that was cool.
Yeah, so Dobbs is actually what you all get.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I love the AI phone agents. It gives you that ability to never hey Tam
Faith said, hey Tam Tam. What's going on, Miss Faith?
I'm telling you, I love it, and the opportunity to build it, and this system gets bigger and better every time. So like today, I worked with the team and I had to not rebuild our AI phone agent, but they've added new features, so it directly integrates with ChatGPT. So now you can choose, you can select which version of ChatGPT you want your AI agent to utilize. Right. So you can use 5.0, 4.0, and they have the mini and the nano versions.
It was also cool, Shay. You can change that person from a guy to a lady.
Correct.
Several different like voices.
Right.
You don't have to go with that one.
Accents.
Right?
So you can choose as you want. And tomorrow join us and we may do a live demo on that so that you all can see and hear what it sounds like for the actual AI agent for the Angela Denise Foundation. We can test that one. But the AI phone agents, the conversation agent is the same. That can communicate with your people. And the new thing that we did this week, if you visit digitalflowsolutions.net, the website, we no longer have our chat bot on our website. We actually have our AI phone agent connected to our website. So now instead of chatting, that person can literally use the internet to make that phone call and get the same information instead of having to chat or convert into an SMS or a text message. So super excited about where Digital Flow Solutions.
Half of them probably don't even know what that means, but we'll show you guys.
So we'll definitely make it a day where we do demos and we'll and let you see what's under the hood at Digital Flow Solutions.
And if somebody's got one more question for Katara,
bring it on.
We'll take one more. But one thing that I want to ask Katara, and she don't have to do it right this second, but in fact, if she wants to even to think about it, but Katara, as always, right? Somebody's thinking like, man, should I get into this, or will this work for me in my area? Does this really work? So I just want you to leave us with some words of encouragement. But maybe before that, if you all got one more question, for Katara, let's do that. And then I want to have her sum it up for us just with a word of encouragement. And then I want to show something I haven't showed in probably over a year. So 99% of you all that come to Shay and I, you're going to rent or you're going to lease a property to do this with. Nod your head, yes.
Yes.
1 to 2% of y'all gonna say, no, Derrick, like me and my husband buy property. Like prime example, I taught a lady today in prime example, this was her first coaching. And Miss Regina, I'll just say it, she's newer to us and she's my family now. Miss Regina's like that. Miss Regina ain't interested in renting or leasing your property. She want to buy that place. So I want to show you guys a property because what y'all don't know, I'm a broker. And only for real estate that's for an investment purpose. So meaning that if you want to buy a house for you and your kids, I can't help you.
Right.
But if you want to buy a house to do ILF, Airbnb, group home, or to sell chocolate chip cookies out of it, I can do that. So it's got to be an investment property. And we do something that's called that whole burst strategy. So this is for just that 1 to 2% of people that may want to buy the property. Now, I'm going to go through this real fast. And keep in mind what you're getting ready to see is a house that Shay bought, I brokered it. Make sense? So the burst strategy means buy it, renovate it, rent it, refinance, and repeat. But one more time, most of us gonna rent and lease these places to start off. Shay and I grew into this. And as I go real fast, we believe in buying a piece of junk We bought a house for $74,000, y'all, and it was a mess. But we knew that if we bought it and went to that closing table and did a fix and flip on it to force the value, not only would we make some money if we decided to flip it, but we are renters. So I'll admit, this is one of Shay's houses that she's got a mom, dad, and 3 kids in it. And just between us, the daddy left about 8 months ago, right? So this is Shay and I at that closing table. This is Raphael, our real estate agent that's in Warner Robins, Georgia. Shay and I live in Orlando, but we love Warner Robins. We love Macon, Georgia. We love Valdosta. We love South Carolina. So we buy properties in other places. This is me proud to get them keys. But here goes Shay now and getting ready to go through her renovation. As I go real fast, the renovation starts now, and look at some of the mess that you run into immediately. And I'm going to go pretty fast. We bought it for 74 grand. Shay, if she want to, can tell you how much she put in this house, right? But as I'm still going through pictures, the BRRRR strategy, again, buy it and renovate it. So we bought it. That B is out of the way. BRRRR as in BRRRRR. I mean, like BRRRR is cold. B is the R. I mean, B is the buy it. Yep. The R is renovated. Look at this messy kitchen with tile on top of the dadgum counter. We stripped all of that and painted it, and we kept the cabinets and redid the top in granite. Not because I wanted to do granite, but during this time, the cheap stuff wasn't available.
It was during COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
This flooring that looks real good, that's why you get an inspection, because this flooring was ate up by termites, and so was the walls. So all of that had to be fixed. As you see, our crew is in there fixing it. This wall was the dumbest wall I've ever seen in a house. Made no sense. We knocked it out, which is what most of y'all know as an open concept. 2 of y'all put in the chat, open concept.
Open up.
Here we go again. And I'm going real fast, y'all, because I want to buy it. I want to renovate it. I want to refinance it, meaning give me all my money back that I put in it. And I want to repeat the process and do it all over again.
Yeah.
So one more time, Warner Robins, Georgia. This is a fix and flip product. And if you want to do this, I can fund it. And all you need is 10% on that fix and flip. I cover the other 90. And that can go from 100 grand to $50 million. I can loan it to you because I'm a mortgage broker on the asset side. Yep. Again, not if you want to live in it with you and your kids. I can't do that because I'm not on that side. I'll get in trouble. But if it's for an investment purpose, because I do asset-based lending, Shay and I both. That's my guy Rudis getting this house right. The flooring needed to be done. All the walls had to be taken out. And who would lend on such an ugly property? We would. Because we do asset-based lending. And guess what asset-based lending is? I don't care about your W-2. I don't even care if you got a job. I don't care about your tax returns, because with asset-based lending, we care more about the property and the value that it's going to bring in versus your W-2. Here go my guys putting that beam in, because we're going to open this concept up. We're going to knock that wall down. Look how nice that looks already. Termites ate all of that up. And I'm going real fast, but we had to put in a new window, new insulation. All of this had to be taken out, guys, and redone. That's why you need an inspection. Because had we done this before and just did it with no inspection, all of these hidden things when we try to sell it later or the house starts crumbling, we like, why the house crumbling? Because the dadgum termites ate it up. So all of this stuff had to be redone. We spent about 30, 40 grand on this rehab of this place.
Our budget was 30.
Look how it looks now, though.
That included a 10% contingency. So whenever you're doing a thing like this, you want to make sure that you have contingency costs, some fees in there. Our goal is always to be done with the renovation, with the rehab within at least 2 weeks. If we get to that 3-week mark, your girl's hollering at somebody, because I do not want to pay carrying costs. Look how
beautiful this place is now with that open concept. Doesn't this look better, guys? And for my older people that's always around, I've never showed y'all this, right? I don't think I showed this none this year. And Shay and I made a vow to make 2025 a year of just paying off a bunch of stuff and just rehabbing our life as well. We jumping back into the buying game next year. So this is one of the years that we took off and didn't buy no real estate. We revamped everything in our life But in 2026, we jumping right back in it. Go ahead.
I just want to share something. I'm changing the subject real quick.
Sure.
So I just got a text from one of my ladies, and they said they're cold. So listen to that. So I have Nest thermostats. So I'm literally going in and I'm giving them some heat because they are cold.
This is how we monitor and keep the AC at a correct level. We believe in even putting the AC cover so that we can control it, or the best way is to get a smart thermostat so that you have to keep driving over there. So we're in Florida where in one moment it can be 90 degrees outside, but then tonight it can drop to 32.
Yeah.
So Shay just got a message saying that it's cold. With the touch of a button, she can change that, even if she was in Jamaica sipping a pina colada on the beach.
Correct.
No matter where you're at, because again, it's Wi-Fi and it's internet enabled and it's hooked up right up to your phone.
Yep.
So
yeah. So I just put on the heat. So,
but guys, y'all see how great this place looks now, though? And this is called the Burr strategy. Rich people have been doing this for years. And I'll admit, with where interest rates have been going lately, a lot of people don't talk about the Burr strategy but still a great concept. Buy it, renovate it, refinance it, cash out, meaning, and then repeat this whole process. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. And then here's some more of the pictures with the granite countertops, blah, 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 and all of that stuff. New faucets, new sink. And now today, guys, I'll admit, this is not an ILF. This is actually, it started out with a mom, dad, two kids, and then she had another one. Now it's just the lady.
Yeah.
But this is in Warner Robins, Georgia. So we do Section 8. We like regular rentals, but nothing beats the ILF model. Because what if this lady move out tomorrow? And I'll admit, since day one, she's been a great tenant. Never miss rent, always own it.
This is actually the same.
But what if this lady happens to move out? Guys, I don't get no money. But I take this same house and I put 6 people in it. What if JoJo move out? No problem. I still got 5 guys paying rent. So that's the power of the ILF model, because it's almost like multifamily. Raise your hand or put a thumbs up in the chat if you've always wanted to do multifamily, but kind of just, you ain't got $2 million. This is the same thing, y'all. We take one asset, rent to multiple people.
Yeah.
This asset, if Shay lady leaves this house, we don't get no rent. But in Shay's ladies facility, if one of them ladies move out, she still got 7 women in it that pay rent.
Yep.
Guys, this is a no-brainer. And as I close this thing, I'm giving it back to Shay. This was just the Burr strategy. And for anybody that's looking to buy property, an asset to do business in, you can also come through us. And I'm pretty much done on that. Make sense, everybody? And when we rent it, that can be Section 8, ILF, or we can give it to a property management company like we did. Miss Karen is in Warner Robins, Georgia. She collect the rent. She send late notices. She can evict people, all while I'm way over here in Florida.
Correct.
So this is called out-of-state investing, because it's really expensive where I live at. But Warner Robins, Georgia is real doable. So this is why we like to talk about it. And again, once or twice a year, I'll bring this up. Most people just know I do it. But before this year ends, I want all of y'all to know that we are commercial lenders. We're asset-based lenders. I don't care about your job or your W-2. Keep all of that. I don't even want to see it. We care more about the property. So if you find it, we'll lead you through how that works. But it's simple. We're going to give you something called a term sheet that tells you almost immediately what's required of you to buy this property. Yep. So I'm done there, Shay. Take it over and I'm out of here.
Credo said, wake up to 82 and now it's 61. Welcome to Florida. Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. My ladies literally just called and asked for the heat. So it's on and it's working. So good stuff.
Katara, back on you, sis. I didn't see an additional question.
Yeah,
so if you just want to go ahead and
advice.
Just kind of just give some advice, some pointers, or just being an encouragement. And Katara, again, thank you so much too, because you got a family and a team and you busy. So for you to spend this time with us tonight, I just want to say thank you. And if 10 more people just can say thank you to Katara in the chat and let her know how much we appreciate her, I would appreciate that. Katara, bless the people and give any tips or clues that you want to. It's on you.
I would say, back to the question, does this work anywhere? Not only does it work anywhere, it's needed everywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty much in these days and times, there's always somebody that needs affordable housing, accessible housing. So to be that person that can actually provide that is very rewarding.
Yeah.
So just stay encouraged, stay focused, going back to the conversation Shay and I had earlier today, just write out what you want. Write out what you want it to look like, what you want to provide, you know, your goals, your mission, and just go for it. And like I said earlier, do it afraid. Um, and it works out. Just pray on it. Take it one day at a time, and it'll work out in the end. And it's very well worth it.
I said it better myself. And as always, guys, she got the coaching.
Yeah.
Tara's a smart young lady, but she didn't come to us as some genius that just knew this. And again, the coaching is baloney if you don't follow it. So I got great coaching, I think, and it shows all over the world. But let me be the first to tell you, my coaching is baloney if you don't follow it and move at the speed of instruction to actually get it done. Right. So big shout out to all of you guys that are just killing it in this game. Big shout out to Kimberly, who I saw today. You got keys to your first place, Kimberly Randall. So just super proud. Super proud of you all. A lot of our DIY people, a lot of you DIY folks are doing really good, and y'all don't even get a chance to talk to
hold on, Derrick. Congratulations to the person that invested in themselves today.
The Andrews family. I shot him out earlier.
Oh no, somebody else just got the DIY tonight.
Good.
So congratulations to you. Implement, right? Don't just take that information and sit on it. Implement. That is going to bless your socks off. So again, information without implementation is stagnation. And what you don't want to be is still water, because still water stinks, y'all.
Mm-hmm. We talked about that the other day. Still water stink. And if you missed that session, what, Saturday?
That was Saturday. Catch it. Just go back and catch it.
Saturday's room, guys. Tonight was also really good because of Katara. But make sure you guys recap tonight and also go back and check out Saturday's room. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Guys, I got over 1,100 videos just under the live tab alone. So the tab that says live, guys, those are 2 hours and longer. And there's over 1,100 videos. Yeah. So there's not a question in your head that's not in a video format. But if you desire the one-on-one coaching, let us know that. Definitely visit ForstonConsultants.com to check out the coaching, our products, the ebooks. And then again, don't forget, November the 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern via Zoom or via video call, I'm giving you guys a free masterclass. And all you got to do is sign up or be a part of the ILF Academy, which is also free. So our free Facebook group entitled The ILF Academy, you guys can sign up there.
Or you can text
my assistant
more info.
Also put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Or you can text the word, 2 words, and that's it. More info to that phone number scrolling to 407 326 0086. And I'll put it in the chat.
It's right there, right on the screen. Also, join us on our new channel, Married to the Mission. Forston's Unfiltered. You get to see us.
See that.
Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff. Actually, Katara's gonna have a full interview on that channel. I haven't started editing, sis. Forgive me. I'm gonna start editing this week. Prayerfully tomorrow, and I'll send it to you first to view to make sure there's no cuts or edits.
Shay shot of you in South Carolina.
In South Carolina. So if you're
wondering what is she talking about?
Like, wait, what?
The one she shot of you in South Carolina in August.
Yes. So we're gonna upload that to the Married to the Mission, because that is typically exactly what you all are. You and your husband, your family, like you all came together and took this ministry and really you guys married the mission, right? And you're killing it in Columbia, South Carolina. So that will be also on our Married to the Mission station channel. We may cross it over here. It just depends. But definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell to this channel as well as that one, because we're going to let you see what it's like to be married in business, how we navigate that space, how much I fuss at Derrick. Y'all, I fuss at Derrick more than y'all know, right?
The beach setup is the funniest. Everybody loves that beach trip that we took. Let that probably be the first, the intro video, but let that be the first one you watch. Then there's a series that we did an interview with, Live Talk with Lynette. So you guys want to check that out. That involves a pool party and how Shay and I first met.
You know what?
And when I first saw her, y'all, all of that's in that story.
Dang it. I got to upload the second episode.
So Married to the Mission, and it's called the Forston's Unfiltered. So definitely subscribe there. Show us some love over there, guys. We will super appreciate that. This again, just the behind the scenes of love ministry and legacy, and Shay and I acted a fool for the most part. Back on you, Shay.
Yeah. So again, it's always an honor and a privilege. Thank you all for spending your night with us. We've been on the clock for 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Yeah.
So we don't take that for granted that
Yeah.
you've taken 2 hours of time that you can never get back. And I pray that you've been empowered, inspired, and that you've gotten enough information to get out there and make an impact while making an income and making an amazing change in the lives of those that you serve. So again, we look forward to seeing you here again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday
Remember,
through Friday.
every night,
Monday
7
through
p.m.,
Saturday, I should.
except
No, Monday
Saturday,
through
because
Monday
Saturday's at
through
10 a.m.
Sunday through Friday. That's it. I had to mess that one up, y'all. Sunday through Friday at 7 p.m. And then we're here on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you are someone looking at the nonprofit model to run your independent living facility, you can also connect with us by texting the letters NPO to 407-326-0086. I do this from a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Hence the spa day that you see on screen that Shay does yearly for her
Correct. And this year it was sponsored by Walmart, and food was catered by Olive Garden. We are currently in the process for our Thanksgiving Feed the ILFs for Thanksgiving in the state of Florida. Prayerfully next year we can get outside of the state of Florida and incorporate some other ILF providers in different states. This is also sponsored by Walmart in partnership with Metro Diners. So super excited about that. So all of our ILF families that have operating independent living facilities that have people in them, you all can check our private community, and also you can text Jess at 407-326-0086 and just let them know that you want to sign up for your ILF in Florida. It doesn't have to just be Orlando. Just make sure that you have a Metro Diners in your area, because I will have the food ready for you to pick up at that location. So let us know just by sending us a text message that says, hey, hey, Shay, Derrick, I would like to sign up for the meals for Thanksgiving. And again, we look forward to seeing you all right here. Same place, same time tomorrow night. God bless.
As we always say, guys, procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something you're already supposed to be doing. So, guys, don't procrastinate. Take a screenshot of this picture right here. And somebody need to put this on your mirror in your bathroom, because some of you all are procrastinating and you're supposed to be in this. Tonight solidified that. Some of y'all feel like tonight you're like, man, you know what? That's my cue. That Derrick and Shay is all right with me. Somebody felt that tonight. Yeah. You need to move forward. Go to forstonconsultants.com, get that coaching. And just in case, if you're looking for some kind of scholarship that can help with price, not a full ride scholarship, but Jennifer, my assistant, she's kind of the grant giver, right? And she does that from time to time. So you just never know. So make sure you watch the original webinar by texting the phrase more info, and it's on that screen. That leads to a free discovery call, meaning we're going to answer your questions for you. Buy anything. Don't buy nothing from me until you're sure. Make sense, everybody? Yes, so when you speak to Jennifer, from that point, you should be able to make a decision. And again, don't procrastinate, as it's the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. And with that being said, we say move at the speed of instruction. And the one thing I will admit that I do beg for, I don't beg for y'all to buy our coaching. I don't beg for you to kind of be you. That's between you and God, actually, and you and your family and what you've promised yourself. Because God believes in you and so do we. But the one thing I do beg for is a 5-star Google review. If you've appreciated tonight, or just this energy or the information or just a new perspective on real estate, I would implore you to consider giving us a 5-star Google review, because that helps other people make decisions. Especially if you say, boy, I know I'm ready now. Go there and say that. It helps other people make a decision. And then, as I told you guys, we always pray over this thing that if somebody makes a decision because they read your review, I pray God bless the socks right off of your feet. So that's the only thing that I really will beg for. Guys, can y'all please do that? If you appreciate us, the time that we put into this, and we don't pass around an offering plate and charge y'all nothing, consider giving us a 5-star Google review. If 25 of y'all could do that tonight, that would absolutely bless my soul. Other than that, guys, I love y'all like a fat kid loves cake. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. Father God, thank you so much again for the seed that was sown today. God, thank you for all of the new people that found us because they prayed for it and you put it right in their face. God, thank you for using Shay and I to be the pillars of what this is. God, thank you that we trademarked it and people believe in it. God, by your Holy Spirit, bring all of this information back to their remembrance so that they never forget it again. God, also give these people the mind of Christ and an able body to do what you've already called them to do. The devil is a liar today. Nothing stands in the way of you all getting started. The devil is under your feet and has no place in your life or your business or your family, and you guys will succeed. There is nothing in your city or your family or in your health that will stop you. You all have the mind of Christ and an able body. So God, I want to just say thank you for what you're getting ready to do for these people, because God, you know, respect of person. Just like you love that lady that was doing this in rats and roaches, and God, you showed it to me. You love that lady just like you love me and these people. So God, can you make the way easy? I'm going to even use that term. God, make the way easy for these people. Most of them are just like me and my family, and we struggle long enough. Today, the struggle is over. So God, can you open up every opportunity for resources, for houses, and for land and relationships? God, this whole business is built on relationships. God, bring about the right people, but God, also remove the people that are not supposed to be a part of this destiny. So, Father God, within these people's sphere of influence, God, remove the wrong people and bring about the right people. God, I pray that Shay and I are the right people for these folks. God, allow Shay and I to be the best coaches and the consultants that we can be. In fact, God, we decrease so that you can increase inside of us. And God, we take no credit for this good thing that you're doing in these people. We'll be ever so careful to give you all the glory, give you all the praise. And it's in Jesus' name. And now unto him, again, that's exceedingly abundantly able to do all that we can ever ask or think. That means God will blow the socks off of y'all feet. You just got to believe it. So God, we believe it today, and we walk into everything that you already have for us. God, go before these